All right, today we're going to dive into something really powerful. We're breaking down the core ideas from Amy Morin's book, 13 Things Mentally Strong People Never Do. And look, this isn't just fluffy motivation. It's a real practical guide for spotting those sneaky little habits that are holding you back. So let's get right into it. Oh, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You're lying there in bed, your eyes are shut tight, but your brain is just running a marathon. It's replaying that one mistake you made, that awkward thing you said, or that time you felt like you just weren't good enough. It's more than just a bad night's sleep. It's a huge red flag that your own mind might be working against you. And the really scary part, a lot of the time, we don't even see it happening. So, the author, Amy Morin, she's a psychotherapist, and this book, wow, it comes from a place of just unimaginable loss. She lost her mother and then her husband, both completely unexpectedly. And through all that grief, she had this huge realization. Mental strength isn't about not feeling pain. It's about what you do when life hits you with everything it's got. Her advice isn't academic. It comes from real lived experience. Okay, so let's make this super practical. To really get a grip on these self-sabotaging patterns, we're going to follow the story of a guy we'll call Ollie. Think of him as our case study. He's going to help us see how these abstract ideas play out in real life. Ali is probably a lot like you and me. He's smart, he has big dreams, but for some reason, he just feels stuck. And his day starts in a way that pretty much guarantees he'll stay that way. The very first thing he does when he wakes up, he grabs his phone and opens Instagram. And that right there is where the whole cycle begins. So the first big trap we're going to talk about is all about external pressure. It gets triggered when we look around and start playing that dangerous game of comparing our everyday life to someone else's highlight reel. So Ollie's just scrolling, right? He sees an old friend from college just landed this amazing job in Dubai. Another friend just got a brand new car. Someone else just got engaged. And with every single post he sees, his own sense of self-worth just shrinks. A little voice in his head starts whispering, "See? I'll never have that." And this isn't just about feeling bad for a minute. This comparison cycle literally sucks the mental energy right out of him, the very energy he needs to go after his own goals. And this is a really, really important distinction. See, mentally strong people look at other people's success and think, wow, that's awesome. If they can do it, maybe I can learn something from them. They get inspired. But jealousy's different. It's a poison that traps you in a comparison game you can never win. And it always, always makes you feel small. And it's not just online. Ali has this one friend, you know the type. Whenever Ali shares a big idea or a dream, the friend just laughs and says, "Come on, man, let's be realistic here." Ali keeps him around, probably because he's scared of being lonely. But here's the thing. Mentally strong people are ruthless about protecting their energy. They know the people you surround yourself with create this invisible energy field. And if that field is negative, it will hold you back no matter how hard you paddle. Okay, so we've looked at the traps outside of us, but now let's turn inward and talk about the prisons we build for ourselves, often without even realizing we're the ones holding the key. So a while back, Ali tried to start a little online business. It didn't work out. And from that moment on, his internal story became, well, I guess I'm just not an entrepreneur type. See the difference? He didn't just fail at something. He decided that he was a failure. Mentally strong people get this. Failing is an event. It's a data point. Being a failure, that's just a story you're choosing to tell yourself. And this way of thinking leads to a really dangerous psychological trap called learned helplessness. Basically, when you start believing you have no control, your brain goes on autopilot. It starts shooting down new opportunities before you even get a chance to think about them. It's a weird defense mechanism that's meant to keep you safe, but really, all it does is keep you completely and totally stuck. Ali's also carrying around some baggage from his past, maybe a bad breakup or a time he was betrayed. And he never really worked through that pain. He just buried it. But here's the thing about suppressed emotions. They don't go away. They build up pressure inside, like a volcano. And eventually, that pressure leaks out as anger, or sadness, or just general grumpiness in his life today. You see, mentally strong people don't just ignore their past. That's impossible. What they do is they process it. They actually let themselves feel the hurt. They acknowledge it. And then, and this is the key, they make a conscious choice to move forward with the lesson, not to build a house and live inside that painful memory. It's not about forgetting. It's about being emotionally brave. Okay, so we've spent some time diagnosing the problems. We see the traps. Now, let's get to the good stuff. How do we actually start building those mental muscles? How do we take back control of our own minds? I want you to think about your mental energy like your phone battery. It's finite. You only have so much each day. Allie was wasting his on things he couldn't control, like what other people were doing. But mentally strong people, they are disciplined. They pour almost all their energy into the one and only thing they can actually control: their own actions and their own responses. Look, we live in a world of instant downloads and next-day delivery. We want everything now. But the goals that truly matter, the ones that change your life, they take time. A mentally strong Ali wouldn't get frustrated that he's not an overnight success. He'd respect the process. He'd understand that patience isn't just about waiting, it's about keeping a good attitude while you're putting in the work. Being strong does not mean you're a robot. It doesn't mean you don't feel anger or fear. It just means you feel those things and then you decide how to act. For example, an emotionally driven reaction is hitting send on that angry email right away. An emotionally intelligent response is feeling that anger, saying, "Okay, I'm angry," and then waiting an hour to write a calm, strategic reply. Big difference. So let me ask you this. What is your self-worth tied to? Is it your job title? The number in your bank account? If it is, then every little setback is going to feel like a full-blown identity crisis. But if your self-worth is anchored in your character, in your integrity, your kindness, your effort, then you stay solid. You stay confident, even when things on the outside don't go your way. And this, right here, this is the one that ties it all together. No more excuses. No more blaming the economy or your boss or your past. The second you take 100% responsibility for your life is the second you reclaim all your power. Yeah, it means your failures are your own. But you know what? It also means your successes are all yours too. It is the most freeing mindset shift you will ever make. So we've walked through the traps and the solutions. We've seen Ollie's journey. But now, this is about you. This is about your choice and your strength. Hey, if you're in this age range from about 16 to 30, I really need you to hear this. Right now, your brain is still wiring itself. The mental habits you build today, whether they're good or bad, are literally becoming your default settings for the rest of your life. It is 10 times easier to break a bad habit now than it will be 10 years from now. This is your window. Think about everything we just talked about. Which one hit you the hardest? Was it the Instagram comparison trap? The fear of being seen as a failure? That tendency to blame everyone else? You have a choice right at this very moment to pick one of those patterns and decide to start changing it. And please remember this, nobody is born mentally strong. It isn't a gift. It's about choosing to get back up after you've been knocked down. It's that time you were heartbroken, but you still showed up to work. It's that time you ignored a hateful comment and kept focused on your goal. You're already doing it. You're already building it. In the end, it all boils down to this. Building mental strength isn't some huge dramatic event. It's 100 little choices you make every single day. It's a habit you practice. It's a choice you make over and over and over again. So the only real question is, what are you going to choose to do today?